This video is sponsored by War Thunder. Who would you rather try to fight against in Sea of Thieves? A player who moves and fights so slow it looks like their little brother is playing, or a player that uses so much movement tech that it almost looks like they're cheating? You'd probably pick the first guy since they'd be much easier to kill, right? Well, what if I told you that you could become the second person? Well, in this video, I'm going to share some essential movement tips that can help you be quicker, outmaneuver your enemies, and basically become almost unkillable. The first thing you should know is how to outmaneuver your enemies when PvPing on a boat. When battling someone on a ship, you're restricted to where you can move while on it to prevent your enemy from damaging you. But this doesn't mean that you're restricted to how fast you can move. For instance, when someone's trying to shoot at you with a sniper, pistol, or blunderbuss, you might either run away from them or towards them in a straight line to counter. But this makes you an extremely easy shot since you would basically be stationary to them. One of the best ways to avoid getting hit is by strafing or swerving left and right while being aimed at. This makes your movement less predictable and makes it harder for your enemy to shoot you. You can do this while running away from someone to reload a gun or sprinting towards someone to either blunder them or sword them. Not only can you run left and right to avoid shots, but you can also use juke mechanics on boats to make the enemies lose your position, allowing you to run and heal, or even surprise someone with the blunder to the back. On the sloop, you have a few options. The first is the window ladder juke, where you stand on the ammo crate and use the window to interact with the ladder outside to pull yourself up to the top of the ship. This can be extremely useful for when you need to go on the top of the deck to avoid getting killed by your enemy coming down the stairs. Just run to the ammo crate, interact with the ladder, and do what you gotta do. Or you can run and jump off the side of the ship onto the ladder to make your enemy think you jumped off, but then climb back up to give yourself some high ground. Now on the brigantine, there's not much movement tech except jumping off the side and re-grabbing the ladder like on the sloop, but on the galleon, you have so much more room to run. You can run to the back of the ship and jump off to land on the balcony connected to the captain's room. You can run into the captain's room, out the side door, and then turn right and jump onto the small wood plank attached to the side of the ship, and then back onto the deck. The same can be done on the other side of the ship too, but you'll have to run through the whole balcony. Or you can sprint down the second floor to the third floor, then turn your butt around and run right back up to scatter the enemies. Now before we get to the next movement tips, we gotta talk about War Thunder. War Thunder is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made and is available now for free on PC and consoles. Join a worldwide community of over 70 million players in intense PvP battles today and delve into the breathtaking experience that is War Thunder. With an enormous and unmatched wealth of high quality content to discover, there's honestly no game better suited for fans of military history. It's super optimized to deliver a lag-free experience with impressive visuals and high frame rates even on lower end machines, thanks to the in-house developed Dagger engine. Not only is War Thunder optimized for every player, but they also have a game mode for every player. Arcade mode with fast-paced matches, simulator mode which ditches all the guardrails for the ultimate challenge, and realistic mode which is the perfect middle ground. And the bow on top of this ginormous gift, it's absolutely free. So play War Thunder for free on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, and sign up using my link in the pinned comment below for a massive bonus that includes things like an exclusive vehicle decorator, Eagle of Valor, 100,000 silver lions, and 7 days of a premium account. This is great for new and even returning players who haven't played in at least 6 months across all platforms, but it's a limited time only, so be quick. Now back to the video. Now imagine you're on an island and see a ship incoming, and not the friendly kind. Your first instinct is to run back to your boat, climb the ladder, and lower the sails, but you're wasting precious time. The enemies probably already have your booty, and I'm not talking treasure. Now while this technically isn't wrong, you're wasting a lot of time running all the way back to your boat. There's a much faster way to get back to your ship, and it doesn't even require you to touch the water. They're called black screen zones and are places on the island that you can use to wedge yourself into that makes the game think you're stuck and black screens or teleports you to your ship. Compared to running back to your ship or having to swim all the way out to a mermaid because you accidentally left a bit of sail down when you try to dock, this can save you a half to a full minute depending on how much ground you need to cover, which could be just enough time for your boat to sink. There's multiple zones on outposts, forts, and some islands that you can use, but I'm too lazy to list all of them because there's a lot. So I'll point you to another Sea of Thieves YouTuber who made a video covering a bunch of those black screen zones, and I'll leave the link to said video down in the description for you to watch, but after you watch my videos, and I mean all of them, and hit the subscribe button while you're at it before I hate you. Another huge time saver is learning how to animation cancel when pulling out your gun. Animation canceling is the act of pulling out your gun, sprinting for half a second, and then quickly stopping and aiming down the sights. It's much quicker than having to wait for the full animation of pulling out your gun to be able to shoot it. This has been especially useful when someone tries to board my ship as I animation cancel while pulling out my blunderbuss to shoot my enemy off ladder. It doesn't save you an extremely large amount of time, but when you're deep in battle, it can be valuable time saved. Now when boarding a ship in Sea of Thieves, there's really only one way to get on a ship, which is the ladders, but there are actually more ways to board the ship. Firstly, when trying to deck shot, sometimes you're going a little too fast and you're passing so close to the sails, ladders, cannons, harpoons, or whatever that is that you can almost touch. But if you really are close enough, you can actually use the interact button to grab onto what you're flying past to stop yourself on the enemy's interactable. Just spam the interact button enough times to hold whatever you fly past and you're good to start double gun sweating on those kids. And the last boarding movement tech that I can give you is when you're tight roping on the harpoon towards someone else's boat. Now if someone starts to shoot at you while while you're walking over to their boat and you have a medium range gun like the pistol or eye of reach, quickly jump, shoot your gun, and then interact with the harpoon rope to bounce on it again. You can only do this once with each medium range gun you have, but you might do enough damage to get the enemy off your back or your front. Just get an assist from your other teammate to finish the job. Now, when shooting out of a cannon towards a boat, you might get submerged underwater, skim the bottom of the boat, and keep going out the other direction from going too fast, making you waste time in the water with an unsuccessful board while your boat and teammates get hit with cannonballs. Now, unless you enjoy seeing your friends get a mouthful of balls, you could use this next tip to stop yourself in time to catch their ladder and climb aboard the enemy ship. When you skim the bottom of their boat, instead of looking straight ahead, look up and start swimming. This will cause your pirate to scrape up against the bottom of the boat and cause friction, slowing your momentum and allowing you to grab the ladder. It's important that you're skimming the bottom of the boat, otherwise you just look stupid for not swimming the other direction. And shout out to War Thunder again for sponsoring today's video. Make sure to check out War Thunder now for free on PC and consoles, and remember to use my link in the pinned comment or video description to register. Those of you who are new or haven't played in 6 months will also receive a massive bonus pack across all platforms, including multiple premium vehicles, in-game currency, and more. And if you like this video, make sure to follow me on my Twitch, or I might be streaming Sea of Thieves right now. And if you want to learn the rarest titles that you can still get in Sea of Thieves, then click on this video right here and learn all about it.